From the very first night, I felt the house breathe around me. It started with faint scratches behind the wall, a whisper of noise I brushed off as mice. But by the second night, the sounds sharpened, a deliberate dragging scrape that echoed through the silence. My pulse quickened. On the third night, I woke to something I couldn't ignore, shallow, uneven breathing, just beyond the drywall. My skin crawled as I pressed my ear against the wall, trying to convince myself it was nothing. But it was real, unequivocally, and it was getting closer, louder, more desperate. The following evening, I saw it, a flicker of shadow, something moving behind the wall. Heart pounding, I hesitated, then grabbed a screwdriver, knowing I had to see what was hiding there. As I pried it open, I felt the cold weight of dread settle over me. Inside, a tiny, suffocating space no bigger than a closet, a battered mattress, a flickering lamp, and a pile of discarded clothing. And in the corner, a gaunt figure. The man's eyes were hollow, trembling, clutching a camera with trembling hands. His face was gaunt, almost skeletal, but his expression was not fear. It was pleading. "You're not supposed to be here," he whispered, voice trembling. His eyes flicked with relief, not terror. He looked at me like an unwelcome visitor, not a victim. Something was wrong. I felt my stomach churn as I realized he'd been hiding there, not just watching, but waiting. Photos spilled across the floor, images of me taken in my apartment, in my life. I stared, horrified, understanding that I'd been watched for years, perhaps even manipulated. My mind spun. How long had this been going on? Did I know this man? Was he the victim or the predator? I staggered back, heart pounding like a drum in my skull. My hands trembled as I reached for my phone, but the line was dead. The room seemed to close in around me. The man's eyes darted, and I felt an icy grip of primal fear. Something dark and unseen had been disturbed. Suddenly, the room grew colder. A faint draft seeped through the cracks. The air thickened, heavy with silence. I wanted to run, but my legs felt rooted. Then I heard it, a slow, deliberate exhale behind me. I spun around. Nothing. Just the empty, silent room. But the whispers returned, soft, sibilant, almost a caress. I bolted out of the apartment, barricading the door behind me. I called the police. When they arrived, the room was gone. No sign of the hidden space, no evidence of the man. The landlord insisted he'd never seen anyone there, and the building's records showed nothing. But that night, I still heard the breathing, sometimes in my apartment, sometimes inside my head. I'd find the photos scattered across my desk, images of me in places I didn't remember going. And each time I'd hear the whisper, "You found me." I thought I was free. I believed I'd escaped. But then, late one night, I saw them again. Those photographs strewn across my desk, every shot of me, taken from angles I never posed for. The whisper returned, clearer than ever. "You found me." I turned, heart racing, but the room was empty. And that's when I realized the walls hadn't let me go. They only let me think I escaped. Somewhere in the dark, behind the plaster, he's still waiting, watching. And I don't know if I'll ever be truly free from the whispers or from what's hiding behind